One few day traders this, the day trader's cycle of doom and how to avoid it. Hey guys, warm welcome to you. You're subscribed to the channel. I do appreciate your support. Thank you. If you're new here and you like this kind of stuff, then maybe you can consider subscribing for more videos. However, let's get to the meat of the video. This is for day traders, and I'm calling this the day trader's cycle of doom because it is ultimately devastating and can be career ending if you get into this. Now, I'm going to be open and honest with you guys. As always in these videos, I have been in this cycle of doom more than once, and I bet that maybe a lot of you watching this have too. So we're going to run through what it's all about and most importantly how we avoid getting into it. This is psychology, this is mindset, this is the right kind of stuff that you need to get yourself to the next station, the next level in trading. Right, let's get right to it. Number one, this is what's happening. This is the story in the cycle. We start out with number one. You are already out of the zone. What do I mean by this? I don't mean that I'm trading in the zone. I basically mean, when many of you see me talk about this kind of thing before, the analogy of a rev counter, right? You're in a car, could be a diesel, could be a petrol. It's going to be slightly different, but you get the point. The idea is we want to keep the revs in the peak area. That's quite a bit of a big peak, but you get the point. As a human being, if we are redlining and we're on the red limiter, off the rev limiter, we are not going to be performing well, or i.e. if we're agitated, if we're angry, if we're frustrated, if any of those emotions have got us in that red line, we can't make clear decisions. Equally, we don't want to be in the idling state or laboring. Perhaps we put it into sixth gear and we're doing 10 mile an hour. You know what it's like. It's struggling, the engine's struggling. You can be at full throttle. You're still not getting anything out of it because you're in the wrong gear. You're idling, you're laboring the engine. You want to be in that sweet spot, the nice torque band. If you've got a turbo, you get the point. The idea is you want to be in that state. And it's the same with trading. We want to be in that peak state, not too idle, not too red. So number one is you're already out of the zone. Most likely, you're in this zone, you're in the red zone because something has probably triggered you. And we've done a video on this before, go and check it out. In fact, I've done probably quite a few videos on this before, how do we get into that zone and how to get out of it again. But predominantly it's gonna be things like, I've taken 3 or 4 losses, I've had a bad week, I've done this, I've done that. Something that's already in the back of your mind and it's frustrating you with trading. So you're already in that vulnerable state. And now, rev count has popped up, you're in that red line. So you're in a vulnerable position. Unless you stop it, this is what happens. Your trade comes close to your stop. So you've got to stop. Let's say we're long, it's coming down, it's coming close. It just pauses. So you know what you do? You say, this is a great trade. I don't want another loser. I'm going to move the stop a little bit more. I'm not thinking about how much loss that is. I just want to move it a little bit more under that support. My support's there. Maybe I was a little bit tight on that. Let's give it another 10 pips or so. So you move it. Next thing is, you move, the trade comes to a stop, you decide to give it some more room, so you move it. Maybe you add. So sometimes you might say, hey, after all, it's quite close to my stop. It's only like 15 pips away now. I'll add a little bit more. I'm only risking a little bit more on it. It's quite a good deal now. It's close to my stop. I'm not going to move the stop. It could go off. I'm looking for 100 pips on this trade. Why not add some more to it? So you add some more to it. All of a sudden, you're adding more and more risk without seeing what the risk is doing. This trade's great, right? It's great. It's coming down. It's just grinding down. It's just grinding lower. It's not spiking lower. I'll give it some more room, right? Let me just move it down a touch more. Just move it a little bit out of the way, just so I don't get pinged on noise. Don't get pinged on noise. I want to be in this for the meat of the move. I've got to, make sure I'm in this trade. It's a great trade. I need this one to work. I don't want to get stopped out. I'll just give it a little bit of a smidge more. Maybe I'll add a bit more size on, add a few more clips onto it. Let's just get this one right. And then maybe you get stopped on it, right? Maybe you stopped it. I got to stop. Yeah, but it's a great trade. Let me go straight back in again. And you go back in the size you had, which was larger than you planned. And of course, your stop is now wider. So you've done this and you still want this trade to work. Inevitably, the market will just be teasing you, just be flicking lower. It won't just pan through the stop. It will just be close. You'll move it, you'll add, you'll move it. And what happens is, right, then you notice you've lost way more than expected. You just look at your P&L and you go, oh, hang on a second, what? I can't believe that. And then you think, well, you know why it happened, don't you? Because I moved my stop, I doubled my stop, I've doubled my size, I've gone in again, all of a sudden I've quadrupled my risk, I've lost way more than I expected, and then what happens is you go, F it. You go, you know what? I don't care, I'm in the hole now, I'm going to get out of it. And that is when you are doomed. During the cycle of doom and the vortex is spinning and you are going down that black hole unless luck stops you. And if luck stops you, it still won't help you, because this will happen again and again and again until you wipe out an account, or until you devastate an account, or until you do something that's really, really hurts you so bad mentally and financially that you go, you know what, I've got to do something about this. So now's the time to do something about this if you've experienced this. And by the way, guys, if you have experienced this, give this video a like, so I know that this is something that we want to dig deeper on, because I've got loads of strategies and ideas and hacks that you can utilize. Some of them you like, some of them you won't. That's the way it is. But if you can have one that helps you improve on this, you make massive leaps forward. So give it a thumbs up if you like this kind of stuff. Anyway, going back to the point, how do we avoid this? What we want to do is make sure we catch ourselves as early as possible. Ideally, we need to catch ourselves here. Number one, as soon as we are in a vulnerable state, i.e. we are redlining, i.e. we are idling, we are not in the peak zone, and we need to have some sort of gauge where we can adjust that for us, gauge that for ourselves, assess that for ourselves, should I say. Then we need to step back and have some sort of safety net in place that says, you know what, I don't want to trade anymore. I'm in the red zone. I'm uncomfortable. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. All those things. Bang, pull the plug on the computer, cancel all the orders, go out and do something else. That's the perfect scenario. I know in the real world, it doesn't always happen. So we need to have safety nets in every single position to try and catch us, to stop us going to this phase, which is the one where we just devastate the account. So the trade comes close to your stop. If you feel like you are about to move that stop, you need to allocate that movement, or should I say, match that movement of placing your stop with extreme pain. If possible, you need to link that so that if you move the stop, you feel the pain and say, you know what? No, just take the hit on it. Be the trader I need to be. Take the hit on the stop and then trade again something else. Look at another strategy, walk out. You try to have something that sets a little alarm bell off that says if you move your stop, you're in trouble. And the same with all these things, guys. If you move it, give it more room. If you add, you want to have something at some point that just breaks you out of the phase. It moves you out and just says, hey, what am I doing? I'm heading for this. And the main thing you can do, which is the one thing that helped me loads, is to say, if you have experienced that, say, you know what? None of these things are really ever going to help my long-term success as a trader. Not one of these things is going to help in the long term. And I'm here for the long term, so I'm not going to do any of these things. I might get away with it short term. I might move that stop and then the thing rockets up and I'm in my maximum size and I've made a lot of money. But I know that if I do that all the time, I will end up losing money. And that's the story, the narrative you have to tell yourself at each of these points. And you've got chances to catch yourself. Like I say, perfect, catch yourself there, fine. But as long as you catch yourself before there, you can probably stomach this damage, right? You've been there. You can stomach that heavy damage. You've gone, it's the final one where you go, you know what, I'm in such a big hole now. I'm going to try and dig myself out of it. That's the one that accelerates the loss from being quite bad to being huge and really devastating. So, day trader cycle of doom, guys. Avoid it by not getting yourself in a warning that if you're getting yourself out of that peak state, or having some kind of safety net that pulls you out of each of these areas when you're about to move your stop, you're about to add to the position, you're about to do stuff that you know is not conducive for long-term trading success. Like I say, if you like this video, if you want more of this stuff, then please give it a thumbs up so I know that this is the kind of stuff that you like, and we can come up with more ideas and strategies to stop doing this. Anyway, guys, good trading, whatever you're up to, take care, goodbye.